All right, so now that you've made it, you have done so much of the hard work, and you are thinking, what are some of the things that I can do to kind of be my maintainers for an alumni strategy? And so, first and foremost, wanted to make this quick video for you to kind of help you with that. But if you are not doing at least a quarterly newsletter or a touch point for your alumni, that would be my first priority. We want them to be in the know. That is something simple. So make sure you're getting that out. Make sure you're keeping up those their information. You want touch points with your alumni. So this could be a personal contact for each engaged alumni, maybe once a semester, at minimum once a year, but I would really try for each semester. This could be a phone call, a text message. Maybe you actually get to see them in person, but this is nothing huge. We're not asking you to go create this 5-star meal for them, but really just a personal contact. And again, you are not asking for money here. This is a relational building thing. We want them to be true partners in our ministry. And then you could come up with some creative thing to keep them involved. If you wanted to do an alumni Zoom meeting, maybe once a semester, once a year. But again, just wanting to make sure you have those touch points. And then I would also say annual sewing. Like, don't just stop. We talked about that earlier, but what are past alumni that have shown interest, but they haven't started their giving yet? Maybe follow up with them. Say, hey, I know you weren't in a place then, but what about now? And also have a list of things that they could volunteer for. Remembering your graduating seniors every year, sometimes twice a year if you have people graduating in the fall, you have new alumni. So making sure you're getting to connect with them. And then also updating people's contact information in MPDX. I know, even myself, I could do a better job at this, but it is so important to be able to keep up with their contact information and actually have a system like MPDX that we do to simplify our information. Remember the alumni network and everything that you do. So you have so many alumni that stay local, that work near you. Give them opportunities to volunteer. What are ways that you can take that burden off of your staff and really ask them to come and labor with you in the mission and reaching this campus and your scope for Christ? Every time they give a gift, I want you to remember to thank them. We could not do it without our ministry partners and alumni, and we're building this community and partnership base that we couldn't do it without. So make sure you're thanking them. Maybe even I would add a alumni night at a weekly meeting. Having something where they get to come see other alumni, students get to know. They get to know the alumni that have been giving. Mentioning it at a fall retreat. Would keep this in front of your current students. Like, hey, you are able to be here especially the ones that receive scholarships. Because of our alumni network. And we want to make sure they are thanked. And so easily to start, just as you're doing things like just those little things to mention. And then asking alumni to pray for each student. What a great way for them to be connected. And as you do this too, I just think it gives more crossover, gets them really involved with the mission. And then use social media. What are things specifically for alumni? Is it on your website? Are there events that they can get to or an alumni tab they can click? And then once a year, I would also do an annual appeal. Maybe this is not necessarily a legacy fund specific fund appeal, but you're asking them like, hey, this is our specific needs coming up. And it's going to really go maybe to all of your ministry partners, but definitely also your alumni. And so I hope these things are helpful. I hope you are continuing on. Feel free to reach out if you have questions, but we are excited what you're doing.